guys? It's me, Luke, or the gentleman here, and today we're going to be talking about going over the introduction to the responsive web design challenge. There are many types of devices that can access the web. They range from large desktop computers to small mobile phones. These devices have different screen sizes, resolutions, and processing power. Responsive web design is an approach to designing web content that responds to the constraints of different devices. The page structure and CSS rules should be flexible to accommodate these differences. In general design, the page's CSS to your target audience. If you expect most of your traffic to be from mobile users, take a mobile-first approach. Then add conditional rules for larger screen sizes. If you're a visitor or a desktop user, then design for larger screens with conditional rules for smaller sizes. CSS gives you the tools to write different style results and apply them depending on the device displaying the web. Whatever. We're done. Go to the first lesson. Okie dokie. So media queries are a new technique introduced to CSS 3 that change the presentation of content based on different viewport sizes. The viewport is a user's visible area of web page and is different depending on the device used to access the site. Media queries consist of media type, and if that media type matches the type of device the document is displayed on, the styles are applied. You have as many selectors and styles inside your media query as you want. Here's an example of a media query that media query that returns the content when the device width is less than equal to 100 pixels. Add media max width 100 pixels CSS rules. So you want to start at media max width 100 pixels, and then you add in your CSS rules. And the following media query returns the content when the device's height is more than 100 or equal to 350 pixels. At media min height 350 pixels. Remember, the CSS inside the media query is applied only if the media type matches that of the device being used. Add a media query so the p tag has font size of 10 pixels when the device height is less than or equal to 800 pixels. Okay, so add media query below. So add a media query of height less than or equal to 800. So do this, and then with height and it is going to be less than or equal to 800 pixels. So I don't know, max height then. Max height is going to be 800 pixels. Okay. And then we want the P element to have a font size of 10 pixels. And then the initial is that. So I don't know, is the thing changing? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. I guess it was changing. Okay, so now we can also do this with the images as well. So add style rules for image tag to make it responsive. So if we making images responsive is actually very simple. Instead of applying the absolute width, you can do max width 100 block height auto. So we don't have to do it like that. We can just put it in the styles. We can just select the image element in our style tag, give it a max width of 100%. Did it change anything? No. And then display block element, and then the height is gonna be auto. So what's going on? I don't think it's being responsive right now, or is it? And wow, this is gonna be a very short little thingy. Set the width and the alright. So responsive, use Retina Image. With the increase of internet connection devices, their size and specifications vary. And the display they use could be different externally and internally. Pixel density is an aspect that can be different on one of the devices from other. This density is known as pixel per inch or dots per inch. The most famous such display is the one known as Retina display, and the latest Apple MacBook Pro notebooks and recently iMac computers due to the difference in pixel density between a Retina and non-Retina display. Some images that not been made with high resolution display in mind could look pixelated when rendered on high resolution display. So the simplest way to make your images properly appear on the high resolution displays such as MacBook Pro Retina displays is to define their width and height values as only half of what the original file is. Here is an example of an image that is only using half of the original height and width. Set the width and height of the image tag to half of their original values. In this case, both the original height and original width are 200 pixels. So your image tag should have a width of 100 pixels. So my image tag should have a width of 100 pixels. Alright, now it's small, and then Camperbot cares, and then the height is going to be, is that how you spell, oops, that's not how you spell height, 100 pixels, okay. That's it. Cool. Okay. So instead of using EM or pixels to size text, you use viewport units to responsive typography. Viewport units, like percentage, are relative units, but they are based off different items. Viewport units are relative to the viewport dimension. Width and height of a device and percentage are relative to size of the parent container element. View width, 10 view width, view height, 3 view height. Okay, set the width of H2 tag to 80% of the viewport's width. So my H2 should have a width of 80 view width, and then my P tag, I don't know, I still don't feel like using the view width is good. And then the width of the P tags is gonna be 75 view min. And this what makes it like responsive? I feel like it would be the same thing if we just make it like pixels. Mm, interesting. Now it doesn't want to do like that. Okay. Oh, we finito? Alright, guys, so looks like the next one is gonna be about Flexbox. So stay tuned. I'm gonna try and put out some projects after this video. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys stay tuned. Have a wonderful day 7 on of our 100 days of code.